images or speeches. Such machines will be able to interpret natural language (NLP) or natural language processing. The ongoing development and application of artificial intelligence has also enabled a field of expert system. It consists of a knowledge base and a set of rules for manipulating the knowledge. With the advent of fifth generation computer, expert system will become much more sophisticated and popular. Japan and USA have undertaken projects to design and develop such computers. Presently, they are used in the field of medicine, treatment planning, monitoring and so on a very small scale. The characteristic features of first generation computer are as follows. Portable PC, called notebook computers, are much smaller and handy than the PC of the fourth generation, allowing users to use computing facility even while traveling. The desktop PC, mainframes and workstation are several times more powerful than the PCs of the fourth generation. Although the mainframe requires proper air conditioning of the rooms areas in which they are located, no air conditioning is normally required for the notebook computers, desktop PC and workstation. They consume much less power than their predecessors. They are more reliable and less prone to hardware failures than their predecessors, hence the maintenance cost is negligible. They have faster and larger primary and secondary storages compared to their predecessors. Use of standard high-level programming language allow programs written for one computer to be easily ported to and executed on another computer. More easily, user-friendly interfaces with multimedia features make the system more easier to learn and use by anyone, including small children. The explosion in the size of the internet coupled with internet-based tools and applications have made these systems influence the life of every common man and woman. Now, the next is salient features of computers. First is speed. The speed of computer system is consistently increasing. As I told earlier, Pentium 4 is now available, having the greater speed of operations as compared to the others. High speed characteristics has led to many scientific and engineering projects being carried out which were previously impossible. A powerful computer is capable of adding 2 IS digits number in 300 to 350 nanoseconds only. The ability to get an answer fast enough so that one has time to take action on them. It takes real-time computing possible. The internal speed of computer is virtually instantaneous because of incredible speed of electrical pulses. Second is storage. Computer systems are called information explorers. They generate vast amount of information after processing. It becomes necessary to store it with the memory devices. Such storage devices are of two types, internal and external. The internal memory of CPU is mainly used to retain system information and program software, and hence majority of data is stored outside the memory of computer. Also, there is inverse relationship between size of internal memory and speed of the computer. Hence, size of internal memory is limited. Secondary storage devices are therefore used to store the information. However, computers very often work on a vast amount of data. Secondary storage devices are used to retain the data on a permanent basis. Several different devices can provide this additional storage space. Floppy disk, magnetic tapes are the example of secondary storage devices. Third feature is accuracy. The accuracy of computer system is 100%, provided that the given instruction to it are right. Errors occur in the result are only because of the wrong instruction given to it. It means errors are due to human error rather than the technological weakness of the machine. Imprecise thinking of the programmer, inaccurate data feeding, or poorly designed systems. Versatility. Computer system is a versatile instrument as it is capable of performing almost any task. It performs only 3 basic operations. It transfers data within CPU. It performs basic arithmetical and logical operations. It exchanges information through input and output devices. Next is automation. Once a program is in the computer memory, the individual instructions are transferred sequentially to the control unit for execution. The CPU, Central Processing Unit, follow these instructions until it meets a last instruction that says stop program execution. Human assistance required for execution is almost nil. A computer system works much more than the calculator and execute the program instruction automatically. Then comes the diligence. A computer system does not suffer from the human traits of tiredness and lack of concentration. It performs calculations with exactly the same accuracy and speed as the first. Then the last, reliability. The output generated by the computer is very reliable, but it is reliable only when the data which is passing as input to the computer and the program which give instruction are correct and reliable. Now we will study the types of computer. So based on physical size, performance and application areas, we can divide computers generally into 4 major categories: micro, mini, mainframe and supercomputers. First is supercomputers. Supercomputers are the special purpose machines which are specially designed to maximize the number of flops, which is floating point operations per second. Any computer below 1 gigaflop per second is not considered a supercomputer. A supercomputer has the highest processing speed at a given time for solving scientific and engineering problems. It basically contains a number of CPUs that operate in parallel to make it easier. Its processing speed lies in the range of 400 to 10,000 mflops, or millions of floating point operations per second. Due to this feature, supercomputers help in many applications such as information retrieval and computer-aided design. A supercomputer can process a great deal of information and make extensive calculations very quickly. They can resolve complex mathematical equations in a few hours, which would have taken a scientist with paper and pencil a lifetime or years using a hand calculators. They are the fastest, costliest and most powerful computers available today. Typically, supercomputers are used to solve multivariate mathematical problems of existent physical process such as aerodynamics, meteorology and plasma physics. These are also required by the military strategies to simulate defense scenarios. Scientists build complex models and simulate them in a supercomputer here. It is used to model the action and reactions of literally millions of atoms as they interact. Supercomputers has limited use because of its price tag and limited market. The largest commercial use of supercomputers are in the entertainment advertising industry. Examples of supercomputers are Cray 3, Cyber 205 and Param. Then comes the mainframe computers. A mainframe is an ultra-high performance computer made for high-volume processor-intensive computing. It consists of a high-end computer processor with related peripheral devices capable of supporting large volumes of data processing, high-performance online transaction processing system, and it is designed to perform faster than a mini computer and much faster than a microcomputer. Mainframes are the second largest in capability and size of the computer family. However, a mainframe can usually execute many programs simultaneously at a high speed, whereas supercomputers are designed for single process. Mainframe allow its user to maintain large information storage at a centralized location and be able to access and process the data from different computers located at different locations. They are typically used by large business and for scientific purpose. Example of mainframe computers are IBM ES000, VAX 8000 and CDC 6600. Then comes the mini computers. In early 1960s, Digital Equipment Corporation or DEC started shipping its PDP series computer, which the press described and referred as mini computer. A mini computer is a small digital computer which normally is able to process and store less data than a mainframe, but more than a microcomputer, while doing so less rapidly than a mainframe, but more rapidly than a microcomputer. They are about the size of a 2-drawer filing cabinet. Generally, they are used as desktop devices that are often connected to a mainframe in order to perform the auxiliary operations. Mini computer is designed to meet the computing needs for several people simultaneously in a small to medium sized business environment. It is capable of supporting from 4 to about 200 simultaneous users. It serves as a centralized storehouse for a cluster of workstation or as a network server. Mini computers are usually multi-user system, so they are used in interactive applications in industries, research control and engineering design work. High performance workstation with graphic input-output capability use mini computer. Some of the widely used mini computers are PDP-11, IBM 8000 series and VAX 7500. Last is microcomputer. A microcomputer is a small, low-cost digital computer which usually consists of a microprocessor, a storage unit, an input channel and an output channel, all of which may be on one chip inserted into one or several PC board. The addition of a power supply and connecting cables, appropriate peripherals such as keyboard, monitor, printer, disk, drives, etc., an operating system and other software programs can provide a complete microcomputer system. The microcomputer is generally the smallest of the computer family. Originally, they were designed for individual users only, but nowadays they have become powerful tools for many businesses that, when networked together, can serve more than one user. IBM PC Pentium 100, IBM PC Pentium 200 and Apple Macintosh are some of the examples of microcomputers. Microcomputers include desktop, laptop and handheld models such as PDA, personal digital assistants, etc.